We're back with another asymmetrical horror game from our friends at Illfonic. This time they brought us another game licensed with another beloved horror franchise. Killer Klowns from Outer Space the game was developed by Illfonic and TerraVision Games and published by Illfonic. Illfonic were the developers of the Friday the 13th game, whereas Gun Media was the publisher of that game. As a result, this game feels a little closer to Friday the 13th than the Texas Chainsaw Massacre did. Even without Gun Media being involved, the game is aesthetically faithful to the film in which it is based on. The film I'm referring to is Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the 1988 horror film that is rated PG-13. The game is oddly enough rated M for mature, meaning you should be 17 and up to play. The game, much like the film, isn't overly violent, but the characters you play as do swear quite a bit, so I guess that's why it's rated M. The world of the game has that authentic 80s flair to it, from the props scattered around the map like boomboxes and blocky television sets, to the outfits worn by the characters. They've got big 80s hairstyles and a vast array of iconic 80s clothing styles. It all comes together to make the game feel appropriate for the era. Something about the 80s always feels dingy in horror movies from that time. It probably has to do with the lighting and camera quality from back then, but this game pulls off the feel beautifully. The clown technology is also awesomely 80s in its nuanced functionality and flashy veneer. If you've ever seen the film, you know that it is full of cheese and many dark spins on clown gags. That all transcribes seamlessly over into the game. There are several clownalities that the clowns can pull off that are ripped straight from the movie, though they seem a little more violent here than they did in the flick. Everything just feels perfect. Almost everything anyways. In the movie, it seemed like when the clowns cotton candy cocooned anyone, they died instantly. The cocoons never writhed around or anything, and when they peeled open cocoons, it looked like whoever was inside was being broken down by digestive enzymes or something. I understand why they changed that for the game, as the cocoons are more iconic, but they could have incorporated the balloons that they actually captured live prisoners with in the movie. That's my only complaint about the authenticity of the film to game translation. The game sounds faithful to the film as well. The music is 80s synth and it fits. The ray guns, popcorn guns, and various other gadgets that the clowns possess sound perfect. It certainly conjures memories of the movie to mind based on sound alone. They also brought back that kick-ass theme song performed by the Dickies. And it is still one of the greatest theme songs of all time. So getting into the meat of the game, each match is 3 clowns versus 7 humans. You can't choose which side you want to play as. It is randomly assigned before each match pre-game lobby begins. On the note of pre-game lobbies, I'm not sure why they exist, as you can't select from any of your character loadouts during it. Whatever loadout you last selected from the main menu is the loadout you're stuck with. I guess they just felt that pre-game lobbies are tradition at this point, so why stray from that? Once the match begins, the game lasts for 15 minutes before a clownpocalypse will kill every remaining human who is still alive on the map. When you play as a human, your goal is to escape by any means necessary. There are several ways to escape, and you must find the items you need for each escape and then find the escape that those items go to. The escapes spawn at random locations for each game. There is a lot that is left up to chance. The items needed for the various escapes can be gas cans, spark plugs, key cards, or a key. It is best to work together with your fellow humans to try and open one of the escapes. Only a certain number of people can use each escape though, meaning that you better open as many exits as you can. In the last 30 seconds before the clownpocalypse happens, the Terenzi brothers will crash their ice cream truck through an exit somewhere on the map, and if you can make it to the exit within the 30 seconds, you can escape. There is also a resurrection machine that can be used once per match, and it can resurrect up to 3 dead humans. There are many different weapons laying around in each match. Sharp objects are your best bet against the clowns. If you can do enough damage to knock a clown down with any weapon, you can then use a sharpened weapon to pop their nose, killing them as a result. There are also guns that can help you shoot the clowns at range. The combat is reminiscent of Fortnite. On the other hand, when you play as a clown, your goal is to either kill all the humans or to prevent them from escaping until the clownpocalypse happens. If you hook up 16 cocoons, it will trigger the clownpocalypse early. As a Clown, you have a primary and secondary weapon. Your primary weapon is one of the many cotton candy ray guns that can work in different manners. They are for cocooning humans so that you can hook them up to the generators. Your secondary weapon is your damage dealing weapon that allows you to beat a human down, at which point you can either cocoon them or perform a clownality on them, killing them. All in all, Killer Klowns from Outer Space is a fun and silly game, much like the movie. It relies on a chance of the spawn location of weapons, escape tools, and escape locations, so it's not quite as competitive as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You don't have to be as sweaty at it because it's not as skill-based as the other game. That makes it very fun, but also a little annoying if you get bad spawns after bad spawns. As they did with Friday the 13th the game, they did the Killer Klowns movie justice with the look and feel for this game. I give Killer Klowns from Outer Space an 8 out of 10. It's great! For Hardwired, I've been Levi Barner. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to Hardwired Gaming News for gaming news, reviews, and more.